called me to ask. Do you know when I came to Lagos, I knew nowhere in Lagos. All I know is that I entered bus to Lagos.
So you didn't have where you were going to in
I
Lagos?
don't even have a home in Lagos. So all I know is that I entered bus to Lagos, and when I came to Lagos, I just dropped at where the last place the driver dropped the last person. That's where I stopped. So when I stopped there, the girl, thank God it was a girl that stopped last. I asked her, I said, I don't know anywhere here, and I need a place to stay. Please, can I stay with you? She was like, oh, she lives with her parents, and her parents won't allow that. But she has a friend that lives somewhere. She's going to connect me with the girl. She called the girl. So the girl was like, oh, where she's staying, there's space. Even if there's no space, we'll manage. That was the first place I lived in Lagos. So I took the girl's number and I called her. So she directed me to that girl's house. You know, well, paying, I think then it was 8K a week. Chude, I could barely afford. I don't even, where will I see 8,000 naira a week to pay for my own space every week? First week, she paid for me. So the second one, she was like, oh, you need to hustle. It wasn't working for me. This hookup thing never worked for me. I always fight with them. I always have issues with them. Like, I can't do this. So why I started stripping was, there's this lady that came. She sells lingeries and 90s, all those sleepwears for girls. So she came. Each time she called, she would call me, Oyibo, fine girl, come and patronize me. I'll be like, I don't have money. So each time she comes like every other day. So one day she was teasing me, you don't have money. Anytime I come here, how can you say fine girl like you don't have? I was like, Auntie, I don't have money. If I have money, I would have loved to buy. This woman don't even know if I have pants. So I was like, I don't have money. So the other day, I think she took it serious. She was like, okay, when I'm done selling, I'll talk to you. So she called me later on aside and was asking me, why don't you have money? You're always saying you don't have money since I've been seeing you here and all that. And it was barely 1 month for me in Lagos. So I told her, I don't have money. Like, I'm struggling to even raise money to even pay for my weekly rent and the rest and discussing issues. Then she asked me a question, can you strip? I wasn't even thinking when I said yes.
Just wanted any way to get out of what you were dealing with.
So the only thing I remember, I said, as long as I won't be sleeping around, because I can't, it's difficult for me, I will do it. So she was like, okay, you are fine, you have the body, I'll call someone. I don't want to mention the name of the club, but it's online. Everybody knows where I used to work. Actually, it's Silverford. So then she was like, she supplies lingeries for them. So she knows their manager. She's going to speak to their manager on my behalf. But before she left, she called the man. So the man was on a video call with her, and he was like, let me see her. So when he saw my face, he was like, oh, she's a fine girl, a young fine girl. We will like this kind of person. The man was like, I'm going to come the next day for an interview. So when I went for the interview the next day, the manager was like, I have to wait for the boss to come. So when the boss called, I'm just so tiny, right? So I was looking like an underage. Then the boss wasn't interested. He was like, how old are you? I told him I was 18. I was like, no, you're not 18. Are you? I said, sir, I am 18. No, I just clocked 18. So he wasn't interested in picking me because he was scared of what people are going to say, and I'm tiny. So I remember begging him so much that I needed this, and I'm going to work hard. I need it to survive. I'm going to work hard. He asked me, have you stripped before? I said, no, but I'm going to learn. He said, are you going to learn? I said, I'm going to learn. I will do it. I'm going to dance. I'll make sure I'm making money. Then he said he was going to give it a thought. He never got back to me. So because I have the manager's number, I started disturbing him. Then I told him, please help me. Then he was like, do you have clothes and shoes, your stripper shoes? I told him I had none. So I called the lady. May God bless that lady wherever she is, because she sells lingerie. So she gave me some lingerie on credit. She also gave me a stripper shoe on credit. She was like, when you start making money, pay me my money.
God bless her.
I remember the first day I climbed that stage as a stripper. Holding that pole alone, I was shaking and crying because I cannot even imagine how automatically I was a stripper, and I don't know how to even use the pole. I remember how many times I fell on that stage because the shoe was so high. Then the coordinator have to bring me down so that I won't be doing that in the presence of customers because I barely know anything. I don't even know anything about it. So they started teaching me. They gave me 1 week to pick up to know how to wear my shoes. If not, they're going to, tell me to go home. Then each time I remember that if I don't work hard for this, they're going to send me home. I needed to learn. By the time I learned, I turned the pro on that pole. So I started dancing and I was making money. It's just that if I can't say I was making money. So it was a good thing. And before I knew it, I was just making so much money. I could pay the woman. I could just rent a place within a month. I was shocked. The kind of money I was making, I've never seen that kind of money in my life. So it was a blessing. I can never regret, even in my old age, when I grow old, I will never regret ever stripping in my life because it saved me.